Ladies and gentlemen, clap it up and make some noise for Mario Reyes!
Johnny, I'm not that fucking tall. I'm vertically challenged. You see, I had to use the step right there. He thinks I'm tall. Hi, I'm vertically challenged, horizontally gifted. If the ladies are asking. I know what you guys are already thinking. This is not Punk'd. I am not one of the Smash Brothers. Okay, they're gonna come up later tonight. I'm not Corey. They didn't get a magic midget all of a sudden. Okay. I'll tell you how I know I'm ugly, right? I know I'm ugly because I'm single. I've tried all these dating apps out there, right? I've tried Tinder. I've tried Bumble. Don't try Grindr. Grindr turned out to be a big pain in the ass. I never met any real girls, just a bunch of fat dudes with dicks, tits, and Johnny Herrera. Yeah, and but I'll tell you guys this. Being single, I will say I love the bigger women, and I know there's a few out there because I can hear them breathing. Yeah. I know, again, what you're thinking. My name is Mario, and no, that guy Luigi is not my brother. Okay? I know all my life people say, hey, Mario, where's Luigi, right? Well, I've never had an answer till recently. Well, and the answer is he's in federal prison for being a fucking hero. Right? If you don't know who I'm talking about, that's the CEO killer, Luigi Mangione. If you still don't know what I'm talking about, catch me after the show. I have the video saved on my phone under favorites. I really do. But no, let me go back to this one thing. I've tried all the dating apps, and you guys seem like a classy crowd. Wildemar, can I do a classy bit I'm working on right now? Okay, this is a true story. I actually met a really classy, nice lady here in Wildemar, and she was going to come tonight on Tinder. And I'll tell you, she described herself as a local elementary teacher, which is nice, right? She told me she was a single mom, recently divorced. And we were talking on Tinder, and I told her, hey, listen, I got a show in Wildemar tonight. She said, all right, I'll come to your show, but first come this afternoon, and we'll get to know each other. And so, hey, based on the pictures I saw, I had to go, right? What guy in this room would turn that down? So I go to her house. Let me tell you how freshly divorced she is, guys. I pull up to her house. The first thing I saw on the door, she had work boots and a Christmas wreath that said, Happy Holidays from my family to yours. All right. She opens the door in red, sexy lingerie. And I'm like, hey, let's get it on, right? She leads me right to her bedroom. And I'm going to be honest. I look her over for a second. And I get her in a doggy-style position. Okay? And I look her over and I notice she's got a mole on her ass. Now, I'm not going to judge anybody. Look at me, Wildemar, right? I'm not the perfect guy, right? So I'm not going to body shame nobody. But I noticed, so I'm starting going for a few minutes. I'll be honest, ma'am, it was a few seconds. But I noticed that mole is now just above my belly button. Yeah, and I go like this, I'm like, this teacher fucking poo-pooed on me. I didn't know what to do with this, so I had her in a doggy-style position, so I figured, I'm just going to grab her by the hair, right? So I grab her by the hair. That just turned her on even more. You ladies know what I'm talking about. You're laughing. Yeah, I was actually just wiping my hands off. Okay? Seriously. Now, I didn't know what to do, but I'm a guy, so I finished, right? I quickly ran out to my car. I grabbed that reef off the door and those boots because I needed those anyway. And I quickly got here to Wildemar just to tell you guys that story. Okay? Seriously, it's a true story I made up. Another thing is, it is the holiday season. And I recently bought me one of those Christmas Advent calendars. But I bought the themed one, and I bought that One Direction Christmas Advent calendar. Not because I'm a fan of One Direction, because I'm a fat fuck and I like the chocolates. But the problem with the One Direction Advent calendar is every time I'd open a window, Liam Payne was falling out. I know, that's an old joke from last year, but I had to recycle it for this year. Right? Wildemar's a tough crowd, man. Johnny, thank you. Anyway, I will say, speaking of being 40, Johnny mentioned we're in the 40s. Where's our 40s crowd? Come on, earlier minutes we're like, oh, we're 40, woo! I recently turned 40 about 4 years ago, right? And I had to do that thing where I never thought I'd go to the doctor where the doctor was younger than me. And I just chose a doctor at random, and his name was Dr. Child. I just thought that was a fucking name. No, this doctor was Dr. Child. He was like Doogie Howser. When he walked in, he was like one of those young Disney adults. You know, he had all the Disney flair on him. Like, I'm not trying to judge you here, but if you've got more Disney than doctor, I'm going to be checking Megan's list before your credentials. Right? So anyway, Dr. Child, I tell him I've been having some sleep problems lately. And he prescribes to me, get this, I thought he would prescribe to me like a sleep aid, maybe some whiskey and a sleep aid. But no, Dr. Child recommends me 7 nights of YouTube color sleep frequency noise. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He said, no, there's white noise, brown noise, black noise, brown noise. Try all the noises until you figure one that works. So I go home. Lady, you're laughing. You must have tried this, huh? Like back in the 90s, we had the whale sounds and the oceans from Target. So I go home, and the first one I tried was white noise. And I figured, okay, I try the white noise. It's nice. It's smoothing. I fell asleep to the sounds like it sounded like I was maybe in a Walgreens, a mall. A few hours into my sleep, I woke up to, do you know who I am? I'm the manager. White noise turned out to be a bitch named Karen. Yeah, that didn't work for me. So the next night, I tried the brown noise. And to my surprise, brown noise turned out to be a YouTube prank where I shit my pants. I figured I was sleeping with the girl from Tinder again. Right? So that didn't work. The next night, I tried the black noise. Now, I know, judging by Johnny's joke earlier, there's no black guys in the room, so this is safe. Black noise, I figured it would be nighttime, crickets, whatever, like what I hear in the crowd tonight. And no, black noise turned out to be the LAPD helicopter and gunfire. Well, I grew up in Southern California, so I feel right at home. Speaking of home, I grew up here in Corona, California. Does anybody know where Corona is? Right? Good. Stay the fuck out of my city, okay? Our traffic is bad enough. It really is. Okay? That 91 freeway, that's the real coronavirus. Like, I go all over the country doing comedy. I was in Oklahoma recently. I was in Las Vegas. Tonight I'm in Wildemar, California. I'm not bragging. But no, I go all over, and whenever I say I'm from Corona, people run from me like I say Wuhan. It's like, whoa, I never got the coronavirus. But I did get the COVID-19. And that's the 19 pounds that my fat ass got in quarantine. Yeah, really was. I think I got about maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. I just want to say, does anybody remember Michael Jackson? The king of fucking pop, right? Let's hear it from Michael Jackson. Now, there's a conspiracy theory going around the internet, and we're going to push it tonight. It's the conspiracy theory that Farrah Fawcett killed Michael Jackson. Really? I know some of you are looking at me like, what? It's a true conspiracy theory. You can Google it. It's hashtag Farrah killed Michael. And here's what it is. On the morning of Michael Jackson's death, Farrah Fawcett actually died first. She died around 9 o'clock in the morning. And she gets to heaven, and Jesus said to Farrah, Farrah, you are such a good earthly soul. I'm going to grant you one wish. And Farrah didn't have to think hard. Farrah just said, you know what, Jesus? I want all the children of the earth to be safe from child predators. Yeah, 2 hours later, Michael Jackson was dead, ladies and gentlemen. That's the conspiracy theory that I made up, and we're going to push it tonight. Hashtag Farrah killed Michael. All right. One thing I do want to say, Johnny mentioned we lost a really big guy in comedy last night, this morning. He was an idol of mine. I met him in 2012 when I first started doing stand-up. He was actually Jeff Garcia. He was the first comedian that ever paid me $20 to do stand-up. And tonight I'm working for free. 13 years later. Living the dream. But Jeff, he was also the voice of Sheen Estevez on Jimmy Neutron, if you guys know. And I know many of you have children, so your children might know that. So I want to say, let's raise our drinks for Johnny, not for Johnny, well, Johnny, thank you, but for Jeff, thank you. And one thing before I go, I not only do stand-up comedy, I do video production. I have a company, it's called Laugh, Snap, and Roll. Comedians snap pictures, and I roll video production. And I work with a lot of bands, comedians, athletes, all types of people. Recently, I'm working with a band, Sublime. I did the Ensenada music video. I work with Brian Head Welch from Korn. And I also work with a band, the Cottonmouth Kings, and a band called D-Gaff. Does anybody know what D-Gaff means? D-G-A-F. What's it mean?
I only know supplies store. That's crazy.
You don't know what D-G-A-F means, though?
Don't give a fuck.
It is not don't give a fuck. Watch your mouth. There's ladies right here. We're a Christian soccer organization. It means doing God a favor. Right? And if you don't buy that, I don't give a fuck. No, it really means one thing. If you're drinking and driving tonight, it means don't get another felony and don't go away forever. Johnny, the Hive, thank you guys very much. My name is Mario Reyes. You can find me on Instagram, Mario Reyes 82. Thank you very much. Jeff, this is for you.
You guys keep it going one more time for Mario Reyes.